Well, I guess I'm gonna become the Cabo Cruiser Wizard or something like that. Cabo Cruiser King. There we go. Uh, I'm really busting this thing down into almost simplicity here. Um, so basically, we got the sensor wires. We got the power wires. We got the power in that goes back out to the power out, but it has nothing to do with the ignition, just to do with the throttle speed and sensors. Um, we've got the back wiring harness for the lights, and we've got three wires for the throttle right here. These connect literally right up to the three wires coming out of here. I've got two wires, which is going to be the the ignition on the click, which is going to send 48 volts to this. This is always going to have power coming in, and again, it's going to be up to this with this to do all that work. I've got three more wires. If I understand the rules correctly, one should be a brake cutoff switch. One should be the speedometer, and I would think the other one might be the high beam indicator. That's the only other inputs and outputs. Now, does the high beam indicator just go straight from here, straight to a wire on the dash, and just skip the computer altogether? I believe so. But that's still leaving me with how many wires out? Okay, that's wiring harness here. Here we go. Yeah. So if I get rid of the that, then that leaves me with the mystery wire at this point. That's what I'm trying to get at. So as soon as I can figure out that mystery wire and the integration into the dash, then we'll have this thing here all straightened out. And if you guys want to get a real good look at this, that's the front input output. This is the brake light switch setup. That's the I want to say the blinkers, and one of the horn buttons, headlight and start. Now this is an interesting little setup here. This says 12 volts, and it's got a yellow and gray wire. The yellow wire comes off of here, and what this is this is a hot and a 48 volt in, and I'm assuming a 12 volt out. Somewhere over into here, and from what I can tell, it runs up over into here, into the blinkers and the horn, the headlight, and maybe probably these running lights up here. The headlight is 48 volt, as far as I understand, so it's on its own circuit separate of this. The brake light tail light, I'm 99% sure it's 12 volt, but it could be. In fact, it's got to be 12 volts because it runs off the same with the circuit up there. But you see all the trouble I'm having. That's the old computer. This is what I had left of the old wiring harness, and the biggest problem is this connector here, and just there's absolutely no female connector on this here at all whatsoever for me to even figure out, you know what I'm saying, which one's which. Like, we're going to assume red and black's going to be the power, and I basically just had to come up on here and just start being real careful with the voltmeter. But yeah, what an interesting little bike. Just about got this thing all figured out. There's a new hub motor on there with the new tire. There's the old hub motor. This is we want to show you with this old hub motor. Look at this crack up in here, and it was making that clunk, 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 clunk noise. Kind of frustrating, and again, I got the new tire back in there because that one's just I got to clean the beads off, not holding there. Oh yeah, these connectors on here, man, just outrageous. I took this connector off of this motor, or I mean, this thing here, put it on here, so that it go click into there, and that motor, that controller appears to be fried. So now I got to take that connector and put it right back on to click into here. But you can see, look, just, oh, and I fought so much hot glue and everything, and if I'd have just left it alone, it'd be, you gotta love when you shoot yourself in the foot like that, huh? So let's go and take a look, see at the other bike now that it's showing its bare bones. If you guys really want to see what these things look like on the inside. So yeah, now I've got 2 suspensions, 2 frames, 1 known good hub motor. The other hub motor, heck, it might possibly work. I doubt it. It feels like a slosh, and it's not making, it's just acting dead. But who knows? It could be a computer. If it's a computer, I still got 2 good motors. I don't really care. I don't like that one anyway. But so 2 front wheels, 2 sets of brakes. You know what I mean? 1 set of electronics at this point. And what I might end up doing, and I got the other set of batteries, which are actually still half good. They're not completely destroyed. There was this thing on the dash up here, the little 12-volt thing up here. That thing burned up. But yeah, I got the blue LEDs I could put up in the new cowl. But yeah, I got basically what I might do in the long run though is if I get this wiring straightened out, and I really do understand it by heart. Like, there's nothing on these things now that I wouldn't be able to figure out with a voltmeter in a little bit of time. I'll probably go ahead and get me another wheel and another controller and start putting this bike back together, or just literally have me a set of batteries, a controller, and a motor, to use on either frame. You know what I mean? No matter what happens. That way, I always got a bicycle worth of parts just not put together. And that's just because, you never know if they're ever going to run out. I'm a little worried about that with the way they got this new motor on here, but they're selling the old motor, out the door, which if I'd have got that and tried that, or got that new computer and tried that, you see what I'm saying? I would have gotten in so much. In fact, I technically am in trouble. If I'd have bought those new parts, I'd be pulling my hair out if I wasn't good at electrical. They kind of. Guess we got to go do something about figuring out how to solve this for the average person. Although I don't imagine the average person has a Cabo cruiser, and they're not that expensive. I guess most people probably just replace them. But I can't afford that. And why would I? I got too much time, too much energy, and this is actually, it's a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I'm really bummed out about the uncertainty with that, because the last thing I want to do is be probing and testing, and have basically a 50-50 chance of making it work or frying it, and boom, I fried it, and I got to spend $100 on a computer to try it the other way, and maybe the other way wasn't right either, because we're talking about 3 wires down. I'm down to 1 known input that I need, or no, 2. I got the speedometer too. So really at this point though, I'm gonna go ahead and hook the old computer up to the power just to hit it with a voltmeter, just to double check and make sure that indeed this thing is just dead. It's not an interaction between the wiring harness and the motor and everything. Because the new computer works, I still want to use it. I'd rather use it than the old computer, because it does integrate well. Like I said, I literally down everything but just the wiring harness on the motor, but just it's dead. Let's be real. But there's no harm in double trying. But anyway, so if I get the old one done, I'm going to basically figure out a way to standardize it so that me in the future or anyone else comes across this stuff I can just show you. All right, you got a new motor or old motor, but you got the new controller, you do this. You got the old controller, you do this. Click, and that's how it all works. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Boomerang, good dog.